God is a very intentional God, and whatever thing He does with a purpose. Today, we're going to be looking at discovering why you exist. Why did God create you? So, welcome to our podcast today. And today's episode has to do with discovering your purpose. One of the greatest tragedies in life is not just death or maybe somebody dying abruptly. It is living without a purpose. Many people wake up every day, they go to work, they pursue relationships for those who really pay attention to that particular aspect of life. They pursue careers, some chase money, and many also make major lives decisions without ever maybe find out one important question. And that question is, why am I here? I don't know if you have ever stopped to ask yourself, why am I here? Why was I born? Why was I born a male? Why was I born a female? Now, the result of this lack of finding out why you are in existence would usually bring confusion and sometimes frustration, because wrong choices wrong choices most especially can bring about years of regrets. That's why we're having this talk today. A person who does not know the reason he or she was created will not know her purpose. And such a person will definitely choose wrong careers, wrong relationships or partners. It can pursue things wrongly. It can also set out for wrong goals and will spend or may spend his time climbing a ladder that probably was leaning against a wrong wall. And you know that if you put a ladder on a wrong wall, such a ladder would come down, it would collapse, and the person that tried to climb it would fall. I'd like for you to pause, ask yourself, or maybe ask, why did God create me? It is a very important question. Today, we will explore what purpose is, we will explore why it matters, and how it influences every area of our lives. What is purpose then? Purpose is the original reason for which a thing was created. The original reason for which a thing was created. Whenever a manufacturer creates a product, whenever someone thinks of a product he wants to create, or the manufacturer outrightly creates a product, that product is designed to fulfill a specific purpose. It is the purpose that will determine what the creation is like. So, for example, a pen was created for writing. A vehicle was created for transportation. A phone was created for communication. The fact that many years ago, way back then in the early 80s or so, it would be difficult for you to communicate with someone outside of Nigeria. Is it that you use the pen pal or whatever it was then? But right now, the manufacturer of the phones we use now have made things very easy, that you can talk with someone thousands of miles away from you, and then it looks as if the person is right here with you. Purpose. So phone was manufactured or created to aid communication. So what is your purpose? It therefore means that the creator determines the purpose of the creation. In the same way, it means that you've come to terms that God created you and I. And because He created you and I, He's being very intentional about your purpose. That's the why He created you. I need you to really take this into consideration. God determines why he created you. So in your knowing him, the one who created you, you get to know why he created you. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. The way through which you came to the earth could have been a mistake, but definitely you are not a mistake. You are not a random occurrence. No, you are not. So you were designed by God with specific assignment in mind. He has that in mind. And the purpose, therefore, is God's reason for your existence. Sometimes maybe you find yourself in an accident or something happens, and when you consider that the same thing that happened to you had happened to some other person, and maybe that other person had died, but you didn't die. The reason you did not die is purpose, because the assignment or the reason for which he created you will not allow him to let you leave the earth when you shouldn't leave the earth. So the next time you find yourself in a situation, always walk with God with the sense of purpose, knowing that you didn't come to the earth as an accident. No, you are not a random occurrence. No, you are not a mistake. And that is why God cannot fold his hand and watch you nosedive in life. That is why God cannot fold his arms and watch you being traumatized or put to shame, as long as you acknowledge that he is your creator, he's your father, and in him you live, in him you move, and in him will you have your being. Thank you very much. God bless you.